So it is a quotient. U is x and v is the square root of 1 minus x squared, which will turn into 1 minus x squared to the power of a half. That's a squared. And du dx then is going to be 1, and dv dx, so this is going to be a chain rule. So bring the half to the front, write the bracket unchanged, and then reduce the power by 1, and then multiply that by the derivative of the brackets. So the derivative of the bracket, 1 goes to 0, and minus x squared becomes minus 2x. Yeah? And if I multiply the minus 2x by the half, that's just going to be minus x, isn't it? Yeah, half by 2 is 1, so minus x. And then 1 minus x squared to the power of minus a half. Yep. Okay, so dy dx then is v. I think I'll leave it as an indice, so I'll leave it like that. Du dx is 1 minus v du dx minus u, which is x, by dv dx, which is minus x by 1 minus x squared to the power of minus a half. Oh my god, this is hideous. All over v squared. So that's the square root of 1 minus x squared to be squared, so that the square and the square root will cancel. Yeah? I don't want to do this. Okay. So 1 minus x squared to the power of a half by 1 is just that. Okay. And the next one then, if I multiply this by this, I get plus x squared by 1 minus x squared to the power of minus a half over, and that bottom line, the square and the square root will cancel, so it's just 1 minus x squared. Okay. So I have 1. I don't know if I want to do the square roots or I don't want to do the square roots. Okay, let's leave it for a second. So 1 minus x squared to the power of a half plus x squared over 1 minus x squared to the power of a half. Yeah, just dealing with that negative indice, and that's all over 1 minus x squared. Yeah? Okay, I think I'm going to go back to square roots. I just really dislike indices. Okay, so the square root of 1 minus x squared plus x squared over the square root of 1 minus x squared all over 1 minus x squared. Okay, so top line, I'm going to put this over 1 and do a common denominator. So the common denominator is going to be the square root of 1 minus x squared on the top. So 1 into the square root of 1 minus x squared is the square root of 1 minus x squared. If I then multiply that by the 1 on top, I basically have the square root of 1 minus x squared squared. So that'll simplify that a bit. And then this one, the square, I'm not changing the denominator, so it's just plus x squared. Yeah? And then the whole thing is over 1 plus x squared. Okay. It's not getting any better. Okay. So the square root and the square root and the square cancel. So I have 1 minus x squared plus x squared over the square root of 1 minus x squared, and that's all over 1 plus x squared. Okay, so they cancel. That's helpful. I'm going to put this over 1 and flip it and multiply. So I have 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared multiplied by 1 over 1 plus x squared. Oh, Jesus. What am I trying for here? 1 over 1 minus x squared to the power of k. Oh, I'm so close. Did I change the bottom? Did I actually do that? I actually did that. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Okay. I'm an idiot. Okay, so the bottom line was v squared, and v was 1 minus x squared, okay? Here's the bottom line again, the denominator 1 minus x squared. Here's the denominator 1 minus x squared. Here's the denominator 1 minus x squared. And then for some reason here I changed it, okay? So, stupid mistake, I'm going to fix it. So, rubbing that out and changing it to a minus. Yeah. And then here, it's a minus. And then here, it's a minus. Yeah? Okay. So, now it's more doable. So, top by top, bottom by bottom, I have 1 over. Now, I'm going to have to go back into indices here. So, 1 minus x squared to the power of a half times 1 minus x squared. So, that's to the power of 1. When you're multiplying numbers, you add the indices, is that right? So if I had 6 squared multiplied by 6 cubed, that's 6 to the power of 5, isn't it? So when you're multiplying, you add the indices. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to get 1 over 1 minus x squared, and if I add 1.5, I get 1.5, which is 3 over 2. Is that close? Yes, look. So 1 over 1 minus x squared to the power of k, and it says that k is rational, and a rational number is a fraction. So besides, sorry, I was talking there. So 1 over 1 minus x squared to the power of k, where k is a rational number, which is a fraction. That's exactly what I have. Okay, so besides my brain fart up here where I just randomly changed the denominator. Done. Tough question though, to be fair.